Production support for the weekly special is provided by
Smithfield Communications, serving southern Indiana with high-speed fibre gigabit internet for businesses, hospitals and homes. Smithfield Fibre Gigabit Technology. Tap the power.
IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement.
IU Credit Union, now offering mobile access to IU Credit Union accounts, helping account holders check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills through their mobile devices. Available through the IU Credit Union apps for iPhone and Droid. The Al Cobine Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobine to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.
Swimming, grilling, camping, Hoosiers across the state are enjoying the season.
But tonight you'll learn about some of the more unusual summer activities found right here in Indiana. Explore the museum to visit when getting out of that hot summer sun. Rally ringside at Terre Haute's Pro Wrestling League. Discover a real-life field of dreams where wiffle ball is more than just a pastime. You'll be amazed by these stories and more.
So stay tuned, it's all coming up right now on the weekly special.
Hello and welcome to the weekly special. I'm Erica Sagone.
And I'm Daryl Neer. Be prepared to be surprised by tonight's stories. And first, if you happen to be traveling near Zionsville and get stuck in that summer heat, you might want to take a detour to one of Indiana's most unique museums.
Like most 17-year-olds, Tom Frampton did not have a passion for fans. But what started off as part-time work eventually turned into a lifelong obsession.
I got into fans as a summer job between my junior and senior year of high school, working for an antique dealer, and eventually we did some antique fan reproductions, and one thing led to another. Just took off, and we're in the fan business.
As the Casablanca Fan Company continued to grow, Tom built his career, working up from sweeping floors to leading the customized fan department. In 1996, Casablanca was sold, but Tom struck a deal to take the custom fan division himself, and Fanimation was born.
Fanimation is situated in Zionsville, Indiana. We specialize in high-end specialty fans, interesting looks, interesting means of operation. We do a mixture, but more and more we do original design, but still draw from the past. We have a huge line of tropical fans using palm leaves and wicker and bamboo, fans that have blades that disappear, mechanically interesting fans, punka fans, fans that go back and forth.
But Tom doesn't just make fans. He's an avid fan collector and the curator of the Antique Fan Museum, located at the Fanimation headquarters in Zionsville, Indiana. The museum relocated here in 2009 and is comprised of fans on loan from over 60 members of the Antique Fan Collectors Association. For Tom, it provides plenty of nostalgic inspiration to create the next great fan.
Fans go back to the Egyptians, if you can imagine somebody fanning the pharaoh. In more recent years, you might have a series of fans, all pulley-driven, and somebody in the basement or somebody in another room turning a crank, pedaling to power the fans. Prior to World War II, there were 600 different manufacturers of fans. And you would think there would just been a handful. In the museum, we have about 160 represented, so we're missing most of them. The fans that are loaned to the museum from the general membership come as they are. Some come restored, some come original. Most of the fans I put in here have been restored. It's just my particular taste. I have a pretty unusual collection. I also collect antique hand fans with advertising. But to be able to house such a great collection in my own building, I mean, how could you pass up such an opportunity?
And the collection continues to grow, with over 450 fans dated as early as the 1880s. In the next year, they'll be expanding the museum, adding a second floor and plenty of new finds, which for Tom continues to drive his passion.
Collecting fans is like, I guess, eating popcorn or crackers or potato chips. One's not enough. There's always something to be found. I think like anything you want that's a little more difficult to get, that's just a little more satisfying. The hunt for the fan often has an interesting story. I don't want the easy pick. I guess it's my eclectic personality, but I prefer the unusual. The harder the hunt, the more difficult, the more challenging. It just makes it that much more fun. I'd like to get myself to Cuba. They've been embargoed from American products since 1961, so there's got to be a lot of great fan antiques there. But if it's out there, I'll find it eventually.
The annual fan fair is taking place this weekend, so if you want to learn more about fan history, visit the museum's website, fanimation.com/museum.
Well, I bet our next subjects could really use some of those fans to battle the heat of the ring. It's all taking place in Terre Haute.
The latest entertainment to hit the streets of Terre Haute may not be what you expect, but it's quickly become a family favorite.
New Wave was just something that I've always kind of had on a back burner because I'm always saying, you know, I've wrestled, but now what could I do differently? And it was actually promote and book my own company. It was basically all within a stint of maybe a 4-month, 5-month plan that I said, you know, I'm going to start looking for a ring. I've got an empty building, and we went from there, and we started our shows in January of 2013. Usually what you're used to seeing is Monday nights, WWE. Believe it or not, independent wrestling is pretty much where you start to get there. You travel anywhere, you wrestle anywhere you can just to get your name out. We bring in a lot of new faces from the independent scene. Our roster is around 10 to 12 who are based in Terre Haute, who's home-based guys that actually trained with us, who actually became a part of New Wave Pro when we started. We've had ex-WWE stars come in. We try to find people that wouldn't normally come wrestle in Terre Haute to bring them into Terre Haute.
And it's not just about bringing wrestlers to Terre Haute. It's also about training Terre Haute natives to be the next wrestlers.
I hate to use the word fake because it's not. Basically, we do offer training. We have a full school that we actually do in this building, and you can learn to do exactly what they do on TV. And I mean, we have trainers that's been in this business for 15 to 20 years that will teach and do everything that you would need to know to perform the move safely, so to speak. It's basically a soap opera. I mean, how we do events here is we usually run twice a month, but you've got to come back to see what happens. You can't do everything in a 2.5-hour span with a 20-person roster. So something might happen at this show that'll come back to find, you'll come back next week and you'll be like, oh, that's the follow-up to what happened last week. It's different.
For New Wave pro wrestlers, they don't just strive to be heroes in the ring. They strive to be heroes in the community, raising money for such charities as the Humane Society and Shriners Hospital for Children, inspired in part by one of their biggest fans.
Our community outreach has been a roller coaster. It's been awesome. I've met, through one of our security guards, a little boy by the name of PJ. Basically, when he was born, I think it was a cleft foot.
One wrestler taught me how to walk. They lift me in the ring, and the one that taught me was Mikey.
They told me he would never walk. New Wave Pro made it so he would, because he wouldn't stand up. He had the ability, all of the physical attributes were there. He could do it. So when these wrestlers stood him in that ring that day and said, come on, you can do this, you can walk.
I think it's all about family fun entertainment in the end. I don't think in Terre Haute there's something where you can go and get interaction at a wrestling show anywhere else. I think it brings the family closer together. It kind of forms a new bond saying, hey, you know, we're gonna go see that show Saturday night as a family. Connecting to the family is a big part of what we do here.
Want to see the heart-pounding action yourself? The next big match is this Saturday. Get the latest event information on their Facebook page. The theatrics don't end there in Indiana.
And neither does the adrenaline. From 1 ring to 3 with the Peru Amateur Circus.
For most Hoosier kids, the idea of running away to the circus is a far-fetched dream. But for the kids of Peru, running away to the circus isn't just a reality, it's a 53-year-old legacy.
The Peru Amateur Circus is amateur in name only. I don't think you can go anywhere and see a more skilled circus performance than you see in Peru, Indiana. Back when we got started, there was just a few kids involved. It has grown and grown and grown over time. We're now up to over 200 kids a year that perform in the circus. They're all aged 7 to 21, and they all live and go to school in Miami County. All of our circus trainers are actually former performers that have gone through our program, gone on to do other things. Some of them have performed professionally, come back here to train the kids, and that's where they learn their skills, and it's just a cycle that keeps revolving.
For 5 months, the kids train every week to perfect such acts as the trapeze and high wire, featuring a 7-person pyramid that's not seen anywhere else in the world, all building to their 11 performances during Circus Week.
To be able to do the things they do out here on this floor takes an incredible amount of teamwork, trust between your fellow performers. What we do here is dangerous, there is no doubt about it, but we keep everybody as safe as possible, and that's because of that teamwork between all the different groups that are involved.
So it helps when you go out in the real world and you need to meet new people or go to a job and work with people you don't like, because there's always people that you don't like, but you always have to work with them, so it helps a lot.
You jumped it was high.
My best moment would definitely be getting close with my trainers. I mean, they're definitely people that you'll remember for life. There's friends that you have that just come and go, but these people will always be there for you no matter what.
You know, as a trainer, we are far more than just trainers. We are parents, we are mentors. We teach them more than just to do cool stuff in the air. We teach them about themselves, about teamwork. It is a group effort to pull anything off, and you learn trust within each other. So we teach these kids a whole lot of things besides just doing tricks in the air.
I watch kids that are too young to perform. They're down here with their big brother and big sister, and as they grow up through the program, watching the progression of these kids that couldn't even walk up into the bleachers, that can go up 30 feet in the air and walk on an 1/8-inch wire, I mean, that just boggles my mind. I get a great deal of enjoyment and pleasure out of watching the kids grow up down here.
Many of the kids are 2nd or 3rd generation circus performers. Like so many in the Peru Amateur Circus, little 7-year-old Katie Wood has literally grown up underneath the big top. This will be Katie's first year as a performer.
My whole family's involved with the circus, and I've always wanted to be in the circus. My dad's a rigger, and my mommy's a trainer. That makes me feel happy.
The circus continues to endure because it's so unique. You can go to every little town in the country, and there's a little league or a youth baseball or football, but not too many small communities can you go to that have a youth circus. The kids, they eat and sleep this. From March through July, this is what they do. They're doing their homework here, they eat their meals here, and that just creates this huge family atmosphere which keeps everybody close and together. This is what they do in the summer in Peru, Indiana. They go to the circus.
It's not too late to catch the big top yourself. Celebrate their 55th year this weekend at the Circus City Festival. Find out more at circushalloffame.com. Luckily, embracing your childhood dreams doesn't have to mean taking to the tightrope.
It can mean taking it to the ground, transforming a backyard into a ball field.
We all played on travel baseball teams together, and since 9, 10 years old. And we'd get done with tournaments. Maybe we lost a tournament early on a weekend or something. We'd come out here and we want to play more, man. I'm tired of losing. At first I built a baseball field, and as you can see behind me, there's just not enough room for a baseball field, so it ended up just being kind of a makeshift rope across the yard and a 100-foot fence, and we just hit into the trees out there, and I was like, this isn't working. I think I just stumbled across it on YouTube, and I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because this guy built a wiffle ball field out in his front yard, and I found some like national wiffle ball pages and everything, and found that this is actually a pretty big sport and that I'd like to do it myself. We got out here with the tractor and tilled it all up and made a nice wiffle ball field out of it. Been kind of evolving ever since. When I tell people that I have a wiffle ball league, I don't think they take me seriously, and so I have to kind of nudge them to get out here. I'm like, no, seriously, come over this weekend, let's play some wiffle ball. And they get out of here and they start walking up and their jaw kind of drops.
We've always talked about this with me and my friends, like when you come out here, you're not expecting much. You think, oh, it's wiffle ball, like you're gonna go play in a field, that's kind of dumb. But then when you go out and see it, it's like, man, this is really cool. So when he had some weekend tournaments that were just for fun a couple summers ago, he kind of got me hooked. I told him, and he jokingly, it's super American. I mean, just like wiffle ball in the backyard, like on a Friday night, and you know, cookout and food and everything. It's just, it's a really cool thing to do in the summer.
Wiffle ball has actually picked up a lot of speed nationwide. Basically all the Midwest up into the Northeast is where a lot of the teams are. And I think there's somewhere around 75 leagues registered. When I first told them that I wanted to start the league, they were all for it, honestly, because we've been playing a little bit and we really wanted to make it more official and start keeping stats and maybe get a couple teams ranked in the national rankings, so that's what we did. And we looked up how to throw wiffle ball pitches, we looked up batting techniques, and we just came out here. And the most surprising thing about when we started playing wiffle ball was the fact that the ball moves like 10 feet at times, and you're trying to hit it with this little inch-round stick, and it's a lot harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than baseball at some points. This is our first regular season. We have 4 teams, 4 players on each team, and 3 guys play the field, all 4 can bat. To have a really good wiffle ball league, it takes great leadership. I think maybe even more importantly are the players in it and how into it and serious they are about it, because the more into it and passionate they get about it, the more fun it gets. It's almost like a little professional league out here, and that's the best part about it. We get into it, we get in arguments about it, we'll talk about it when we're not playing wiffle ball, we'll talk about our stats, so we're definitely very serious about it.
I mean, obviously we're not the Major League Baseball, we know that. But like the scores of our games are really comparable, and the strike zone's very realistic. Some of the talented players we have out here, the pitching's pretty real. But it was just cool, like you hit a walk-off homer and they line up at home plate, like just going crazy and stuff.
It makes you feel like you're in the pro game. It's a different sport, it's easy to pick up and do. And any guy can come out here and hit a home run the bases with his fist in the air and just feel like he's on top of the world. It's just so satisfying to see something you create that was so small that kind of is growing now. I want this league to grow into something that kind of gets everyone together into like a big Sandlot, because Sandlot was my favorite movie, and I just want a nice community. I want tight-knit people and just come out here and really be close with each other and have a great time playing wiffle ball.
To join yourself or cheer on a hometown favorite, visit the National Wiffle League Association page to find a team in your area. Well, the Indy Southside Wiffle Ball League will be hosting a very important event, Wifflin' for Whitley, on August 8th.
The community is coming together to support a very special little girl who was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor.
All proceeds from the event will go towards helping Whitley and her family find a cure. For more information, visit ssindywiffleball.com.
You know, it's great to see philanthropy changing a community, and certainly Bloomington's own Bill Cook was a prime example of that outreach.
This August, we will be re-airing WTIU's documentary on his incredible life, Bill Cook, A Heck of a Ride. So if you missed it the first time, make sure to mark your calendars and let's take a peek.
With his business thriving, Bill Cook began to turn his attention to private interests. One of the more unusual and unexpected was drum and bugle corps competitions.
I was in marching band in high school. We had a pretty strong program at the time. The band director and some of the student teachers, they knew what drum corps was, and they were encouraging us, and they said, well, the championships are going to be on TV. See if you can convince your parents to let you watch it.
And Carl said, Dad, come on down. I want you to see this. Well, so as any good father, he came into the living room, started watching the show, and then Carl decided it was time to go to bed. He was tired, and Bill was still glued to the TV and riveted.
So Carl went off to join one in Dubuque, Iowa, the Dubuque Colts. And he came back as physically fit as ever been in his life. So Bill said, you know, there is no drum and bugle corps in Indiana. When Carl ages out, I want to start one in Indiana.
His first priority was to hire someone to direct the corps, a search that led him to James Mason, who had been Carl's director in the Dubuque Colts Corps.
Bill and Bob Lenman walked up to me and said, you know, we'd like to hire you for a new drum and bugle corps that we're starting.
With Cook's backing, the new corps, called Star of Indiana, got off to a running start. And as usual, Cook was hands-on, always in the thick of things.
He was there. He and Gail both. They were at the camps. When it was time to go on tour, he drove the bus. They would travel along with the corps. They'd be at the shows. They'd be in the stands.
We were running late. Well, Bill went a little wide with his bust and clipped a car, as he sometimes did. He was so upset, and he knew the corps was running behind, and he had the entire staff on the bus, and he gets out of the bus very hurriedly and said, here, you can have my license, just follow the bus with your car. I'll take care of you. I'll tell you what, I'll buy you a new car tomorrow morning. Just follow me to the drum corps show, and you're my guest.
And she went to the drum corps show with him, sat with him, and then of course he took care of getting her a car.
Besides driving the corps bus, Cook enjoyed the camaraderie of corps life and was not above hanging out with members and staff.
And our staff loved to rollerblade. And one particular staff member, Mark Schleiss, had found some boxes somewhere and was doing silly jumps. But the next thing I know, Bill is going to lay down on the ground, and Mark is going to jump over Bill and the boxes. And here comes Mark, and he's skating. And just as he gets to Bill, we think, you know, curiosity just got the best of Bill because he kind of raised his head to look and see what was going on. And the kids closest to Bill were like, get your head down, Mr. C, he's coming, he's coming. So Bill no sooner lays down and Mark sails over the top of him, successfully lands, and of course, everybody goes crazy cheering. That was just Bill to us. He was just one of the group.
Cook also got a kick out of dressing in costumes that matched Star of Indiana's musical theme during competitions.
One year, Bill was Uncle Sam. The next year, he was Belshazzar, King Belshazzar of Belshazzar's Feast. One year, he was Caesar, and he would dress the part going to the competition. He, you know, just like the kids, they'd, you know, pull into a location on the bus, everybody get in uniform, and head into the stadium. Well, Bill would do the same thing.
While Cook enjoyed the festive nature of drum and bugle corps, he also took the competitive aspect seriously. And in 1985, the corps' first year of competition, Cook's investment paid off handsomely.
The corps set all of the DCI records that year. No corps ever placed in the top 10 of DCI their very first year. I mean, it was unheard of. And within 7 years, we were the DCI world champion.
You'll find the full viewing schedule, plus lots of new features on the documentary's website, indianapublicmedia.org/Bill Cook.
Erica, a lot of great surprises tonight.
Yes, and before we go, we've got one more fascinating guest, or I should say many guests, the Jefferson Street Parade Band. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by
Smithfield Communications, serving southern Indiana with high-speed fiber gigabit internet for businesses, hospitals and homes. Smithfield Fiber Gigabit Technology. Tap the power.
IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement.
IU Credit Union, now offering mobile access to IU Credit Union accounts, helping account holders check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills through their mobile devices. Available through the IU Credit Union apps for iPhone and Droid. The Al Cobine Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobine to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you